There is a new record holder in the Android world, and it is held by the newly released smartphone, the Realme X50 Pro Players Edition. So when the Realme X50 Pro was launched a while ago now, it actually came at one of the cheapest prices for a flagship SoC, the Snapdragon 865, and it was powerful as well. In my own tests, it actually topped 600,000 in Antutu, and it was getting those tests regularly elsewhere as well. This may have been helped actually by the fact that the screen itself is actually a little bit smaller than a lot of other flagship phones in the Android world, coming in at 6.44 inches. A smaller screen will mean it can devote more of that power elsewhere and get good results. But in any case, the Players Edition of this phone has just been released with a couple of changes, most notably to the price, which does make it a new record holder for the time being. So the Players Edition does change the main camera sensor, moving from a 64 to a 48 megapixel sensor. That is the Sony IMX586. They also took the zoom camera away and they changed the selfie camera from 32 megapixels to 16 megapixels. So why would Realme make these changes? Why would they do this? Well, now we found out. It's to give us the cheapest price for a flagship smartphone with a Snapdragon 865. Coming at a starting price in China for the 6GB version with 128 gigs of storage of just $2,699. That undercuts the Redmi K30 Pro when that came, the cheapest version, at $2,999. So we have a new record holder for the time being, a cheapest flagship phone from Realme, the Players Edition. Realme didn't stop there though. Today they also released a ton of different products. We have two different types of earbuds, Buds Neo and also Buds Q. Buds Q coming at a really low price of 129 RMB, which is like 10 US dollars. We also got the full specs list of the Reno 4 series, which was leaked over the weekend, and now we have some official videos from Oppo themselves. It shows off the design, which I really like. And yes, that camera bump is iPhone 11-esque, definitely inspired by the iPhone, but it looks good nonetheless. And actually, when you look at the front and the back, it looks a lot like a OnePlus 8 Pro or an Oppo Find X2 Pro as well, which is no bad thing for a mid-range phone. And I will call it a mid-range phone because both the Pro and non-Pro version have a Snapdragon 765G, which is a mid-range chipset from Snapdragon. And the Pro version does add a 90 Hz refresh rate display. Both of them come with very similar specs though elsewhere, including that fast charging, but I probably would go for the Pro for that 90 Hz display. Always like a high refresh rate. And we also look forward to the Redmi 10X, which is launching tomorrow at 2 PM Hong Kong time. So we are getting the first ever MediaTek 820 smartphone in the Redmi 10X series. We're also getting a Redmi Book, a new smart screen from Redmi. So even more products being launched by Redmi tomorrow. And whilst Realme have taken the record for the cheapest flagship release so far, well, the cheapest 5G phone may well go to the Redmi 10X. I guess we'll have to wait and see tomorrow for the price. Tipped to be around 1,500 RMB. Also in the news today, we did get these leaked renders from OnLeaks, who shows us now that the Note 20 Plus from Samsung is going to continue in the design from the Note 10, which for me is only a good thing. That is a great design. It looks like the bezels overall are a little bit smaller. Also, the center mounted hole punch has got smaller as well. These are still renders though, so we're going to have to wait for the real thing to really see what it's like. The biggest design change though for me is that the S Pen is gone from the right hand side and they've moved it over to the left hand side. The Note 20 separately was leaked with the pen on the left hand side, so this may be what Samsung are doing, and we have to assume that because the camera bump is growing on the Note 20 Plus, that there just isn't enough space on that side, so they had to move it. The camera itself is suspected to get a 108 megapixel image sensor, Samsung's own, an ultra wide, and also a periscope zoom camera as well. Definitely some subtle design changes here, but I actually think that that's a good thing because the Note 10 is a really good design for me personally anyway, and you just get a bigger, better camera system, a slightly bigger battery, and some subtle design changes, making the bezel smaller and the hole punch. All in all, I think Samsung have done a good job, and I'm looking forward to see the real device to see what it really looks like. That is it for your tech news today. A different background today and also in the future as I'm moving. So you're going to have a different background in your videos at last. I know some of you are asking for it. But anyway, that is it for your tech news. Subscribe for all the latest tech news and videos. That's it for now, but I'll see you in the next one.